First, let me ask you what your days consist of. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you go to school, you go to work, drop the kids off, pick the kids up, come back home, watch TV maybe, you go to sleep, and you do the same thing the next day. You see, every day we try to accomplish something in our schedule, whether that's working out, messing around with our hobbies, or watching TV, or just not even being around anybody. We always try to accomplish something in our schedules. But let me ask you this, are you spending time with Jesus? And you might say, oh, well, Weston, I'm reading my daily Bible verse, or I'm saying my prayer every day. But let me ask you, how much more rich would your relationship be with Jesus if it was more than just saying a memorized prayer or praying before your meal at lunchtime? What would it be if it was more than just reading your daily Bible verse and that's it? How much more could your relationship be than just that? What if you came to Jesus in the morning, before the kids got up, before the dogs started barking, before you had to take the kids to school, before you had to go to school maybe? What if you came, had your time with Jesus in the morning before your day happened? What if in the morning when you came to Him, you prayed to God and you asked Him to open up His Word to you and reveal something in the morning before that whole junk and mess of your day started? Wouldn't it be better in the morning? But see, if you had to do that before your day started, you'd have to get up earlier. Is it worth it? Is it really worth getting up early? I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you. It's so worth it. But it is so hard. That means you have to sacrifice staying up late, going to bed just a little bit earlier, just to give you 30 minutes in the morning with Jesus. 30 minutes alone is the big emphasis. So that's the only thing you have to sacrifice is time in the morning and preparing that before you go to bed. Just going to bed a little earlier so you can have some communication with Jesus. Isn't that how relationships are grown, with communication? And see, God, it's more than just praying to Him with communication. He gives us His Word to know about Him, to learn about Him, for Him to speak to us through His Word. That is communication with God. When are we going to be a people that starts actually following Jesus and sticking to what we believe and sticking to what we say? When are we going to be a people that actually follows Jesus rather than fictionalizes Jesus? And by fictionalize Jesus, I don't mean telling people He's not real and telling people that He's just some fairy tale and just making Him sound fiction. I mean by showing people with our actions every day that He is fiction. Because don't actions speak louder than words? I promise to you, telling someone today, oh, well, Jesus isn't real, is just as powerful as is living my life like He doesn't exist one bit. And living a life that shows people who you belong to starts in the morning, or at least some point in your day. I'm just saying morning time, because that's before your whole schedule happens during the day. That's before all the junk of life hits you. It's better to have your time with Jesus in the morning alone before everything hits you at once. So if you're not spending time with Him in the morning and you're not trying to grow a relationship with Him, all you're doing is trying to build your life, build your house on sand, on a foundation of sand. Have you ever heard of somebody trying to build on sand? Heck no, because it's going to fall over. If you build on sand and not a solid foundation, on not a solid rock of Jesus, the storms of life will knock your house down. And you know what? A lot of people watching this video are going to realize that they have been building their house on sand and that it's not standing and that it's not lasting and it's being knocked over by the storms of life because they're greater than their foundation. That's why you need to take the time. You need to tear down that house and you need to build it on something that's stronger, that's more stable, and that's way better than some sand. 1 John 2:6 states that if you claim to live in Him, you must walk as Jesus did. So if you're claiming to live in Him, then you're claiming to follow Him. And if you claim to follow Him, you better be trying to walk like Jesus walked. Not on water, but walking with the Father every single day, a daily walk. You must deny yourself every single day in the morning and take up your cross every day. So if you're denying yourself every day, stop worrying about what you're going to do with your life. Focus on Jesus. Focus on your faith. You don't need a blueprint. You don't need a map to your life. All you need is the compass. Your compass is Jesus. You need to check your compass every single day for direction. Every single morning, check your compass. Spend time with Jesus to make sure you're in His will, to make sure you're doing what He wants you to do. That's what your map is. Your map is not going to be every single step laid out and you get this giant overview. I wish. It's going to be, what's the next step, Lord? What's the next step? Are you following Jesus? And only check your compass. Because do not listen to this world. Because what this world tells you and every moral this world lives by is totally wrong, totally opposite to what Jesus is teaching us and to what Jesus is telling you to do and wanting you to do. I'll leave you with what Jesus teaches us. If you want to win, you got to lose. If you want to live, you have to die. If you want to receive, you have to give. If you want to lead, you have to serve. If you want to be first, you got to be last. So who am I? I'm an 18-year-old freshman in college. I'm a huge sinner. I'm a recipient of grace. I'm a nobody. So don't let this video make you think I'm somebody. I'm just trying to chase after my first true love and use all my gifts for my one passion, which is Jesus. So if you're not following Jesus today and using whatever you have, whatever you're living for God, for Jesus, change that. Rebuild your house. Build it on a foundation, on a solid rock that will stand, which is Jesus. Thank you for watching.